The much-awaited four-day truce between Israel and Hamas has finally come about on the 49th day of hostilities that has killed about 15,000, mainly civilians. The welcome development has now given way to the release of Hamas-held hostages as 13 Israelis along with 12 Thai nationals were released. Meanwhile, international war analysts are emphasizing that efforts should be made to make the pauses in fighting prolonged and permanent. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. 2 more earthquake victims succumb to cold in Jazarkot. Death toll from cold-related ailments climbs to 10. Students compelled to study under open sky. Over 8,000 beneficiaries denied Social Security allowance. Elderly citizens not registered in the system due to lapses of local levels. Hamas group releases 13 Israelis, mainly women and children, in the first phase of the 4-day truce. 12 Thai nationals also released. The second edition of NSL kicks off from today. Defending champions Kathmandu Rangers kick off the campaign with a clinical victory over Ilam Sporting FC. 2 more victims of the Jazarkot earthquake compelled to live in makeshift tents have succumbed to cold temperatures. The deceased are 53-year-old Ram Silam Giri of Kushe Rural Municipality and 28-year-old Dhankumari Khatri of Nalgard Municipality. This takes the death toll so far due to cold-related ailments to 10. The deceased victim Giri was asthma patient while Khatri had heart ailments along with arthritis. Various stakeholders have expressed grave concerns, saying that victims were dying due to lack of proper shelter which could have been avoided. Meanwhile, Chief Doctor at the district hospital has said the number of patients of cold are increasing. Around 100 patients have been reaching the hospital on a daily basis. Earlier, 2 deaths due to cold were reported each from Bheri Municipality, Barekot Rural Municipality and Nalgard Municipality, and 1 each from Cheragad and June Chade. Students in Dharma Rural Municipality in Salyan are compelled to study under the open sky as majority schools in the district have been damaged by November 3rd earthquake. Very few schools have arranged for tents to conduct classes. There are schools that are just partially damaged, but they are not in a condition to operate at the moment. The Janajyoti Secondary School, for instance, has arranged for 6 tents for students between grade 3 to 12. However, the arrangement still lacks basic teaching materials, including a board, while the open classrooms have noisy environment that interrupt the class operation. The situation is even worse for Andar Nasak Basic Education School in Dharma Rural Municipality, where the students are studying in an open ground. The Dharma Rural Municipality has been the worst affected as it borders Rukum West and Jazarkot. 21 of the 34 schools in the region have sustained damages. This has directly affected over 2,500 students. Over 8,000 beneficiaries are going to be denied the Social Security allowance due to an error on part of the local levels. These beneficiaries will fail to avail the first installment of first 3 months of the new fiscal year. The scenario has emerged due to failure to renew their names in time in the system. The service seekers are required to renew their name every year by reaching the local ward office. According to Department of National ID and Civil Registration, at least 8,000 service seekers have lodged a complaint following their failure to receive the allowance of 3 months. The department has said that the allowance cannot be sent even in the given scenario. The department has said that the situation has also resulted due to the inability of the local levels to inform the service seekers in time. The local bodies in the meantime has requested the department to release the allowance to the concerned beneficiaries. The process of parliamentary hearing of the 6 candidates proposed by Judicial Council for the vacant post of justices at the Supreme Court and 1 for the post of ambassador recommended by the government has begun from today. The Parliamentary Hearing Committee had called for complaints against the recommended 7 to proceed with the hearing. The committee has given 10 days for anyone who deems the candidates unfit for the post to register their complaints. Once the 10-day period ends, the committee will mull over the complaints and call on the candidates for discussion before making a decision on their possible appointment. The government has prepared to register 7 bills in the upcoming session of the Federal Parliament, as 7 bills have been tabled at the Council of Ministers. This includes bills prepared by the Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation on Nepal Aviation Service Establishment and Management and 2 bills on Nepal Civil Aviation Authority. Other bills are related to Loan Information, Amendment Bill for Political Parties Act, Civil Service Act and Secure Transaction Act. The government is also preparing to register an amendment bill for the control of sale and distribution of Mother's Milk Substitutes Act. 7 other bills, including the Amendment Bill for Water Resources Act and Intellectual Property Act, have also been tabled at the Ministry of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs for deliberation. The ministry can forward these bills as well to the Cabinet. Currently, respective parliamentary committees are dwelling on 10 bills, including bills on Drug Act, Banking Offence and Punishment Act and the Customs Act. The District Administration Office Kathmandu has clarified that this space at Tinkune was not provided to scheduled protest program to be held by medical entrepreneur Durga Prasai. The District Administration Kathmandu did not provide Prasai with the space, as the group led by Prasai wanted to hold protest assembly at Tinkune ground. The district administration has clarified that the action was taken to prevent the group from issuing statements that can provoke people towards violence by breaching the restricted zones. Meanwhile, the police administration has also beefed up security at Tinkune area, as the police personnel did not allow commoners to assemble at one place, proceeding with the arrest of a number of individuals. Likewise, the District Administration Office, Bhaktapur, has also beefed up security outside the residence of Durga Prasai in Timi, Bhaktapur, citing that he was trying to hold demonstrations without taking permission. Minister for Foreign Affairs NP Saud has urged the Qatar government for efforts to release Nepali student Bipin Joshi, who has been held hostage by Hamas militant group since October 7th last month. The minister met with Qatar's State Minister for Foreign Affairs Sultan bin Saad Al Muraiki at Singapore and made the request. Minister Saud urged Al Muraiki for efforts to include Joshi in the list of 50 hostages that Hamas has agreed to release in the first phase. In response, the visiting Qatari minister assured that Qatar has been mediating the truce and will put all efforts for the release of Bipin Joshi. The meeting between the two ministers also focused on employment relations between the two countries, trade and investment exchange, cooperation and high-level visits. In our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces what should be done to improve government's capital expenditure. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
जति पनि ठेक्का पट्टाका विषयहरू छन् यी समयमा सम्पन्न गर्नका निम्ति सरकारले अलिकति कडी कडाई र नियमन गर्न जरुरी छ।
ठेकेदारहरूले समयमै काम गर्नु पर्यो। यदि समयमै काम भएन भने चाहिँ सरकारले तिनीहरूलाई कारबाही गर्नु पर्यो।
सरकारी चाहिँ अलिकति आर्थिक अनियमितताका कुराहरूलाई अलिकति सरकारले जोड दिनु पर्यो।
सरकारले ठुलठुला विकासका कामहरू बढाउनु पर्यो।
कम भन्दा कम चाहिँ राजस्व लिएर कलकारखानाको चाहिँ प्रोत्साहन गर्यो भने मात्रै सम्भव हुन्छ।
जनप्रतिनिधिहरूले पनि जो तलब भत्ता सुविधा लिने कुरा छ त्यसलाई कटौती गर्नुपर्छ।
योजना कार्यालयहरूमा कर्मचारीहरूलाई अलि लामो समयसम्म टिकाइराख्नु पर्यो।
कृषिलाई नै प्राथमिकता दिएर अगाडि बढ्ने भने हाम्रो राष्ट्रिय आर्थिक उन्नति हुने एउटा उपाय म देख्दछु।
ठेकेदारहरूलाई समयमा काम गर्न लगाउनु पर्यो र बजेट निष्कासन समयमा गरिदिनु पर्यो।
विकासतिर बजेट ध्यान दिनु पर्यो।
कर्मचारी र जनप्रतिनिधिको तालमेल हुनु पर्यो।
चरणबद्ध रूपमा विकासका योजना तर्जुमाहरूको कार्यान्वयन गर्नु पर्यो।
सरकारको आम्दानी बढ्दा विकास बजेट पनि बढ्ला।
छुट्याएको बजेट निश्चित समयमा चाहिँ खर्च गर्ने प्रावधान सरकारले व्यवस्था गर्यो भने मात्रै चाहिँ विकास खर्च चाहिँ बढ्छ।
युवा शक्तिलाई कसरी हुन्छ अब आफ्नै देशमा चाहिँ रोजगार स्वरोजगारको व्यवस्था गर्ने।
सरकारको ध्यान जाओस् कि कुन ठाउँमा वास्तविक विकास हुनुपर्ने हो त्यो ठाउँमा विकास गर्नु।
काम गर्न नसक्ने ठेकेदारहरूले कारबाही मात्रै गरे पनि सरकारको विकास खर्च बढ्न सक्छ।
A research based on solo art exhibition titled Gurkha Women, an echo in the story has begun in the capital's Nepal Art Council. The project by artist Susanna Thapa Shresh attempts to confront the ever-occurring historical phenomenon where the contribution of women lay entirely untouched despite their unsung legacy of tenacity, bravery and resilience.
महिलाहरूको बारेमा सुन्न पाउँदैनौं गोर्खा महिलाहरूको बारेमा स्पेशली त्यसकारण चाहिँ यहाँ आएर चाहिँ एउटा केही सिक्ने केही बुझ्ने हाम्रो हिस्ट्रीको बारेमा महिलाहरूको कन्ट्रिब्युसनको बारेमा बुझ्नको लागि चाहिँ सबैजनालाई यहाँ वेलकम छ.
The exhibition that reflects 200-year-old history also aims to commemorate 100 years of the Britain-Nepal Friendship Treaty signed in 1923. The artist hopes the visual arts curation on Gurkha women, the wives of Gurkha soldiers, captivates and inspires the audience. The exhibition has portraits of 50 Gurkha women from 6 different places across the country. Minister for Culture and Tourism Sudan Kirati has informed that Tilora Kot, which holds immense archaeological and historical significance, is going to be listed in the UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Minister Kirati had reached Tilora Kot in Kapilvastu to inspect the study of the area, along with works of cleaning and sanitation. On the occasion, Minister Kirati said that efforts were underway to include the development and conservation of Tilora Kot under the National Pride Project. A study led by foreign experts in Tilora Kot has revealed a number of significant facts related to archaeology. The process to enlist Tilora Kot in the UNESCO's World Heritage Site had started last November, and that the final proposal on this will be tabled at UNESCO headquarters in November next year. Tilora Kot is the capital of Shakya dynasty, as historians have recorded that Siddhartha Gautam had spent 29 years of his early life. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked you what could be the reason for the repeated disputes witnessed in the screening of Nepali cinemas. 33% voted for option A, lack of adequate shows, 21% for B, not enough share in profit, and 56% for C, domination of foreign cinema. And here's today's question. What's your say in the dispute among government bodies regarding employment promotional program? Your options are A, different priorities, B, program announced in haste, and C, excuse after lack of resources. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. The Prime Minister of Thailand has confirmed that Hamas group has released 12 Thai nationals it held hostages earlier this evening. The embassy officials have been dispatched to receive the released Thai hostages, even as the details of the location have not been revealed. It is also said that Egypt had played a mediatory role in the release of Thai hostages held by Hamas militants. Likewise, following the 4-day truce in fighting that began from today, Hamas has also released 13 Israeli hostages, mainly women and children. Qatar had played the mediatory role in the deal that made the 4-day pause in fighting a possibility that was followed by the release of 13 Israeli in the first phase. As per the deal, Hamas will release 50 hostages during the 4-day pause, while Israel is required to release 150 prisoners held in Israeli cells. Israel began attacking Gaza after the Hamas attacks last month, which killed 1,200 people and saw about 240 taken hostage. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry has said more than 14,000 people have been killed in Israel's retaliatory campaign.
Sports news.
Defending champions Kathmandu Rangers have got off to a winning start in the inaugural match of the second edition of Nepal Super League that kicked off from today. In the opening match of the tournament, Kathmandu Rangers put out the challenge of new entrants Ilam Sporting FC 1-0. Hesup Thapalia missed 2 early chances to score for Kathmandu Rangers. Both the sides made a number of moves in the first half, however failed to capitalize on the opportunities created. Following a goalless first half, Kathmandu took the lead in the 51st minute. Rajiv Lopchan scored from a handshaking distance in a goalmouth melee to put Kathmandu ahead. The solitary goal separated the two sides till the end, as Kathmandu Rangers registered a clinical 1-0 victory over Ilam Sporting FC. There are 9 teams participating in the second edition of the league. Bagmati province has advanced to the semi-final of KP Oli Cup T20 Cricket Championship with the second consecutive victory. Bagmati defeated Karnali by 90 runs in today's match to book a place in the final four. Bagmati elected to bat first in the match played at Pokhara Cricket Ground. They posted a challenging 189 runs for the loss of 6 wickets off the stipulated overs. After the early loss of Shubha Kansakar, Reet Gautam and Ishan Pandey put on 143 runs partnership for the second wicket. Reet Gautam struck 82 runs while Ishan Pandey scored 70. In reply, Karnali were bowled out for 99 runs in 18th over. Arjun Kharti top scored for Karnali with 24 runs. Sandeep Lamichhane returned with another haul of 4 wickets for the second consecutive day. Organisers Madan Bhandari Sports Academy, Red and Karnali have crashed out of the tournament. Gandaki province stunned armed police force by 6 wickets in another match under the KP Oli T20 Cup. Sent into bat first, APF were bowled out for a paltry score of 101 runs in the 19th over. It was a disastrous day for the star-studded batting lineup of APF as Asif Sheikh could only score 12 runs while Sandeep Jora failed to open his account. Pradeep Airi top scored for APF with 20 runs while Bipin Khatri, Amrit Gurung, Chandra Podil and Kamal Pariyar shared 2 wickets each. In reply, Mushkan Thapa and Dinesh Budhamagar stitched a valuable partnership of 49 runs to take Gandaki home. Abhinash Bohra claimed 2 wickets for APF. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.